let's get this fixed. Hello, everyone. Oh, I said hello, everyone, and Olive came. She thought I was talking to her. She's so sweet. Yeah, she's just lying down. So how's everybody doing? Everybody heard the news that Maggie May the barn cat came back? What an ordeal. Cats are so stressful. Super stressful. So how's everybody doing today? Yes, Maggie is back. I did put a post on the community tab on the channel to try to convey as quickly as I can. But she, in fact, came back. I took a little bit of footage of it, and I'll put it all together in a vlog for Monday. And quick story is that when I got to the farm today, I actually locked Olive in the workshop because I was getting in the side-by-side to go over to the neighbor's property to try to track down Maggie, because I got a signal from her at 4:32 a.m. today. So I got there as quick as I could. And so I said, okay, I'm going to lock Olive in there, because I don't take Olive to the neighbors with me because they have a whole bunch of dogs, and it's not a good idea. I did that once last year, and it was just kind of chaos. So I don't do that now. So I locked her, started driving. I had my mule basically to the point where the pig barn is. Like, I was driving down that driveway where the pig barn is. And whenever I'm driving around looking for cats, I have my phone open, right? So I have the phone open to the screen that shows the air tags. And then I'm like, ooh, it says she's here with me right now. So I shut off the thing, and I took my phone, and I'm trying to do my thing. What are you doing? And I'm trying to do what I'm doing. And then she's right there, right in front of the door. Look at this dog. She wants to see you guys too. She was just groomed, eh, guys? You can see this perfect face. Look at her. She was just groomed by the pros. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Olive, you're too heavy. You're too heavy. Okay, get down. Get down. That's enough. Sorry. She's wondering who I'm talking to. Better move my water over here because she's hitting my elbow. You know, the elbow keeps going like this. Sorry about that, guys. Olive thinks you're talking to her. Exactly. That's the thing. Look, she snuck in on this side now. Yeah, it's a nice relief that she came home. It's 8 days she was out. So that'll be a little bit of the storyline in Monday's episode. Yeah. 157 people in here right now. That's pretty good. Thanks for joining me, guys. I put the comments on slow mode every 20 seconds so that it's not too super fast and I can actually read the thing, but also it's not a hassle for you guys when you want to comment. Then you're going to have to wait too long to comment again. So I try not to do that. Lori Ann says, is she healthy after 8 days? She actually looks the same, to be honest. You know, she's a little bit thin, but she was already getting a little bit thin prior. Olive, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me. You're gonna knock all my stuff over. I don't want to yell at her too much because we're in front of the world right now. Okay, move. Down here. Down. Jeez Louise, I'm gonna tuck my body into the desk here so she can't get in. She is the star of the show. She's crazy. She thinks she's a lap dog too, you know, so she wants to climb up. She's going to embarrass me. Actually, I'm not one to be embarrassed. Bev. Hi, Bev. She says it's much better in slow mo. Well, it's much better for me because when you get a couple hundred people in here and all you guys want to say stuff and chat back and forth, and I can't, you know, like I'm scrolling with my mouse right now looking to see all the other. Oh, Holly Zipped Up Kits is here. She actually got a notification this time. Yeah, that's I guess a thing. Sometimes the notifications go through, sometimes they don't. There's a bunch of people in here asking if Maggie's back, so they haven't seen my community tab post. So yes, Maggie is back. I got her back this morning, and I pulled out my phone as soon as I saw her. So there's a little bit of footage. And so I got her, and then I went in. You know, she's grounded basically right now. I'm like, I don't even want to let the cats out. I'm like, how could I be less stressed about the cats, but still allow them to enjoy their life? You know what I mean? Because the cats are definitely happiest when they're out. And yes, she came back on her own. Renee, she came back on her own. I didn't go get her and bring her home. She came home by herself. And to me, it's like, I don't know. And I talk about it a bit. I was filming today and I was talking about it a bit. You'll see it on Monday. Whoop, sorry. Somebody's calling me in the middle of my live stream. I'll mute the phone. Sorry about that. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So to me, it's a little bit of a miracle how cats can somehow find their way back. Because, first of all, the longest that she's ever stayed out is 2 days. So after it was like 3, 4, 5 days, I'm starting to get worried. Now, I was getting a signal on my neighbor, so I know she's around. And then I'm thinking, you know, it rained a couple of times. And I'm like, can she smell her way back to our farm? Or maybe she's like lost. That's why she hasn't come home yet. That's why I kept going over to my neighbor to kind of check in and try to track her, the tracker and all that. And the AirTag is not perfect. It's not a GPS thing. All it is a Bluetooth little tracker. You need 1,000 iPhones to ping off of in a city in order for it to work really good. When you're on a farm and they have one iPhone and I have one iPhone, it's like sometimes it doesn't ping the signal. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's like, yes, such a relief that she came back. I've seen some of the live stream screens, you know, like sometimes I try to watch somebody else's live stream, and right on the bottom of the screen, they can like click on somebody's comment and then it'll show up on the bottom of the screen. Now I'm just doing this live stream through YouTube itself, like directly, right? I got the Google Chrome web connection and then I use YouTube. And I'm still getting the hang of this too. So maybe it's a different software that people are using, but I've seen them. I'm like, if I want to answer somebody, it'd be nice if their comment came up on the screen so that all you guys know what I'm answering. So what I've been doing lately is click, and then I'll be like, Sugar Bell says, "Hi Chad, sorry I can't attend because I'm driving." Yeah, you better focus on driving, Sugar Bell. I bet she has a surprise for Holly Zipped Up Kit says, "I bet she has a surprise for you in a couple of months." Maybe. There were so many comments in the video asking whether the cats are spayed and neutered. And I mean, there's only 200 people in here. Mind you, the video gets 10,000 views, so there's a lot more people asking. But no, the girls are not spayed. Yes, the boys are neutered. So we definitely can't have any kittens amongst ourselves. And I mean, I was concerned way back when is that Maggie's kids, which was Mango and Chewy, maybe could mate their sisters or their mama. And I mean, I didn't want to do the inbreeding kind of thing. If we get kittens, we get kittens. What am I going to do? But really, I need to look into getting them spayed. And it's something that I was hesitant because it's super expensive here. If I remember right, the quote was something in between $600 and $700 from the veterinarian. And actually, I looked up today the Humane Society because somebody told me, don't go to your regular vet hospital, go to the Humane Society. And I checked it, and it's like $298 for a female spay, which is not bad. But there's a whole bunch of fees that are not included in that $300. You know what I mean? So probably by the time it's all said and done, it's going to be $500 even at the Humane Society, and there's a big long waiting list. So if I'm going to get it done, I'll probably just end up getting it done at my regular vet, and maybe I'll try to swindle them a little bit and say, "Look, I got 3 girls. Can you give me a good deal because I'm going to do 3?" But I don't even know how I'm going to get Bubbles, because Bubbles, Tango, and Maggie, those are the 3 girls. Bubbles, Tango, and Maggie. Yeah, those are the 3 girls. They're not spayed. One of the reasons why I didn't spay the girls, too, not only about the initial shock of how much it was going to cost. This was a few years ago. Mind you, I've been making a little bit of money on YouTube. I'm sure I can get it done now. It's just probably I've been procrastinating on it. I should have done it over the winter when the cats aren't really out and about too much. But I also think that, okay, if there's ever a day that let's say I want to add new cats. Let's say I want 3 more cats, let's say. So do I just go to the Humane Society and try to get 3 cats? In which case you could end up with a situation like Sushi, where Sushi is a good cat. All our cats are good cats, but just try to put a stranger cat in the mix. It doesn't work necessarily all the time. And I know it depends on the personality of the cat as well. But all of our cats are kind of a big happy family. And that's because those kittens were born in the cat house with the cats, and they all grew up together. And so you got the elder cats and the younger cats. And I mean, they get along fine. There's like no fights. But with Sushi, since we've had Sushi into the mix, there's like, I don't want to say there's fights, but there's definitely swats, head swats. Oh, wait, somebody just gave 20. Who is this? Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Kisses for Maggie. Oh, I was hugging her so hard today. I don't know if you can see. You see how it's all red right here? Because I was hugging her so tight. And she doesn't like it, eh, Maggie? She doesn't like it when I do it. I'm just hugging her so tightly because it's such a relief. But thank you for that, Sharon. Appreciate it. Okay, how do I get back? Oh, there you go. Sorry. Sharon Thompson says, cats can be stress personified. Yeah, big time. Because, and you know what? You know what's the thing about the stress for me is that okay, I arrived today and I saw her and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so pumped in that moment." And I get my phone out because I want to film the content. And I got the door and she kind of went in. But looking through it through her eyes, she doesn't even think there's anything wrong. You know what I mean? She doesn't know that I'm stressed out about it for a week. She's just like acting like normal, like everything's fine. I came home fine. It's not like, if I scold her, she's not, feeling remorse that she stayed out for a week. Yeah. I'm just looking through the comments to see what I miss. Olive had a spa day. Yeah, she did. Thomas Winter. Yeah, so happy that she came back. I'll keep an eye on her. I don't know if she is pregnant. I mean, I don't know how long, like maybe what, 3 weeks? She'll start to get a little bit of a bigger stomach and then it'll keep getting bigger as we go, maybe. What's the gestation period for cats? Like 3 months or something? 2 months? Anyways, this grooming for Olive, it's it depends like how expensive it is. It depends on how bad her hair is. You know what I mean? Like I've taken her to the groomers and they've charged me $100 before. And I've taken her to the groomers and they've charged me like 160 because it took like 6 or 7 hours. This time it wasn't too bad, but I asked them to give a little bit of a trim on the hair to, just give it a little bit less because it's raining a lot in the spring and it could get muddy. And then, she starts digging in all around her face, gets all, I don't know, because she's always digging in the stuff at the farm in the straw. She's trying to steal the chicken feed and all that kind of stuff. She's a good farm dog, though. Really good. Did you guys see that shot in the video of her? And I'm like, go, Olive, go. And she took a beeline to break up the fight between the two roosters. That's the kind of girl she is. And that's how you know that she's an amazing farm dog because I didn't even teach her to do that. Think about it. She's just doing that on her own based on natural instincts. And she does not hurt the bird, right? You can see her going after Freddie because he's the aggressor against Big Red. And all she did was just, give him a little nudge. And then Freddie kind of goes away or at least stopped in that moment. And then Olive trots away like as if, she knows it's a job well done, kind of. Very incredible to see all these natural instincts play out on the farm. The animals are just, I am amazed like all the time. I don't want to say every day, but it's so regular that there's something that just amazes me. City folks don't know about this stuff. Maybe we know cats and dogs and parrots and budgies and hamsters and all those kind of pets, but it's a different life in a rural setting. So, whoa, what's that just came in? Glenn, how you doing, buddy? This is for Maggie and the cats. Well, we'll put it to good use. Definitely. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. Glenn is another one of our big time supporters. I appreciate Glenn a lot. I mean, I appreciate everybody. I mean, we wouldn't be growing this channel to where we are if it wasn't for all the viewers consistently watching. And sometimes I talk about YouTube, like the analytics part of it in the videos, and I'm really not trying to come across as me complaining. It's more just like teaching. Like it's all stuff that I've learned over the past 5 years and the ins and outs, and it's trying to be successful on YouTube is kind of like a science to me. It's like there's so much to know. Because I think in the last episode, we were talking about the average view duration, right? And a lot of people think that if you make shorter videos, you'll have a higher chance that people will watch the whole video. And that's not true at all. If I put out a 12-minute video, we have a 5-minute watch duration. If I put out a 1-hour video, we have like a 28-minute, 25-minute watch. So it's like, it's pretty close to 50% every time. But that might be like an average for YouTube, just in general, like all creators. You think about a creator that has 1 million subscribers and they release one of their videos and they might get 150,000 views. So I think I'm doing kind of on par with that. We have 220,000 subs now. And if I put out a video, I usually get in between 9 and 11,000 views. So I think we're okay. Everybody grows in a different way. Okay, I'm trying to catch up because I talk too much. Neon Double Jump says she might have gotten pregnant. Is she fixed? I mean, we just talked about that, but no, she's not fixed. And if she gets pregnant, like I'm prepared for it. It's not like I'm disappointed. More new kittens on the farm. That would be wicked. I wish I had a do-over, as a matter of fact. If you think about how I kind of screwed up Tango, Mango, and Bubbles, right? I kind of didn't do a good job of socializing those cats. And I think if I had a do-over, if I got new kittens, like really fresh kittens, I would take the mama and the kittens into the house, at our house, and I would keep them in a big dog crate, and I would sit there every evening handling all the kittens. And then even as they started getting big and kind of running around, I would still handle them all and basically do that until I know that they love me. Because the way I did it with these 3, they were just free inside the cat house. Now, I don't know how many of you remember, it wasn't always the cat house. That used to be my workshop. And my workshop had 10,000 nooks and crannies for them to hide. So once they got big enough that they were just wandering around, the kittens are fast too. They hide. There's Thomas. Spayathon. Yeah, okay. I'll put it all towards spaying. At least we'll focus on Tango and Maggie first. I don't even know how we're going to do Bubbles. I guess I'll have to set a trap or something. But I remember we took Bubbles to the vet for the first time. That's how I gave Bubbles a phobia of me. And it was like a disaster, like I got Bubbles into the little, the little cat crate, the little carrier thing. You go to the vet. And I said to the vet, I said, she's going to freak out. So I don't know, you guys should be giving her some gas or something, like some laughing gas to kind of calm her down because she's going to freak out. And then she did freak out. They opened up the thing and Bubbles was climbing all over all their shelves. She was climbing up to the window. They had all these blinds on the window. She got tangled in the window. The vet's wearing these thick kind of canvas type gloves so she doesn't get bit because Bubbles will bite. She's bitten me plenty of times. And then it was kind of just a disaster to me. Like, I don't know if the vet learned their lesson. Like they thought maybe they could control it better, but man, Bubbles is a wild one. Cheryl Durham. Hi, Chad. I'm thrilled Maggie is back. Give her kisses from KY. Is that Kentucky, I guess? My guess is it's Kentucky. Thank you, Cheryl. I really appreciate that. We're going to put this all together and get a couple of these cats fixed. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Who's that? Suzanne. Oh, sorry, Suzanne. Suzanne Iser. You never know really if that's people's real names. I always try to recognize, especially when people are kind of giving me a tip, like when they're giving money, like Suzanne here, she's given $20 US. But you don't always know if the name on the screen is in fact the person's first or last name. Sometimes it is. But there's other times it's not. Like people just make up random names. So It's just interesting. Mystic Gypsy, you are amazing. Thanks, Mystic Gypsy. Appreciate that. I try my best, honestly. And I mean, nobody's perfect. But yeah, the cats are just extra stressful. I think I missed somebody here. How do you check it all? Oh, that's Zipped Up Kits. Holly. Spay Fun for the girls. Thanks, Holly. Yeah, we gotta stop procrastinating and just get it done. That's what I'll do. But I mean, is that going to solve the problem too? If we got the cats spayed, so okay, no more kittens, but is that going to solve the problem of the cats wandering, or is there still a potential that they'll wander? Because there have been a couple times that, you know, like Mango don't come home either. He's a stinker. Maybe he learned that from his mama. Linda Smith, Spay Fund. Okay, let's get a Spay Fund going here. All right. That's how we do it here at the live stream in the Hidden Spring Farm. I got to get caught up, though. I'm working the mouse here, guys, trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. The thing moves so fast. Who's that? Gentry Ferguson. Chad, please make videos until you're in a nursing home. Okay, Gentry, I'm working on it. Oh, speaking about videos, I have a bonus video coming out tomorrow. I filmed it, I think it was last Sunday, something like that. But anyways, it's I got it edited last night, and I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow. Not try, I will get it out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for those hanging around wanting to watch a new video. I think it's a great video, good learning for people. Interesting in any case. Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Toward the Spay Fund, she says. Thank you. Glenn Hatchie says, you're the best. Thanks. I like how you guys can also interact with each other in the thing. You know what I mean? That's nice, I think. Mystic Gypsy. Oh, that's a big one. Thanks, Mystic Gypsy. Okay, I'm gonna put all this dough towards a Spay Fund, and we'll just get it done once and for all. How long does it take to get cats spayed? Like if I call the vets like tomorrow, they'll probably want to update all their vaccinations too before they do stuff like that, right? Because the cats haven't been to a vet, I think, for about I think it's 2 years, maybe a year and a half. They haven't been, so they're due for a vet visit anyway. Tammy says, this for the Spay Fund. Please don't spay Bubbles. She stays inside all the time. Thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, she doesn't go out on the farm. I don't know. There's so many people that say that the cat's health is at risk if you don't spay them, which I always thought odd because cats have been having babies for literal centuries, right? So, but I mean, there might be something to it. I don't know. All right. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Can't keep track. Got 310 people in here right now. That's pretty cool. But only 138 thumbs up. Is the thumbs up sign is the likes. So only 138 people like it, but there's 300 people in here. Am I lacking? Am I not doing a good job? I'm way behind in the chat. I was too busy thanking all the super chats. Sorry about that. Lori Ann says, wow, we pay $45 here in Tennessee at the Fix Foundation. Boy, do I wish it was $45 here. We're probably looking at like 2 cats, we're probably looking at like 1,100, 1,200 Canadian dollars to get them spayed. And you're still gonna need like meds after the fact, right? I don't think that's included. They're gonna have to wear a cone or something, right? Because they're gonna have like stitches, aren't they? But yes, Maggie's okay for all those who are joining us. A bonafide says, I wonder if she'll mate with a mountain lion. We don't have mountain lions in our area, although there are in Canada, but we do have bobcats around here. Has there ever been a case of a bobcat having babies with a regular domesticated cat? Like, can they? Or is it a different DNA? TPS. What am I saying? Anyways, TPS reports. TPS reports. Yes. Okay. Have you been able to take Bubbles to the vet again? The answer is no. Bubbles hasn't been to the vet since her first vaccinations. So she's definitely overdue. All the cats are overdue, but once you get that first initial vaccinations in there and they're completed with their vaccinations, do you have to take them to the vet every single year? I mean, assuming there's nothing wrong with the cat. I don't take Olive to the vet every year either. The only thing I do with Olive is she takes what's it called? Shoot. NexGard. Olive takes a little square chewy candy called NexGard, and that is like a flea and tick meds to help prevent with the flea and ticks. So what they won't just prescribe that to your dog. They have to know the weight of the dog. And I always tell them, look, she's like 70 pounds, 73 pounds, 75 pounds, something like that. But they're like, no, you got to bring them in. So every time you bring the dog in for the check, it's $160. You know what I mean? Love crochet times 6s. Did I get that right? Hope this helps with the spay fund. You're doing a wonderful job with all your animals. Love, Sue from New York. Okay, Love Crochet is Sue from New York. New York is so close to us. We went on a long driving trip down to Manhattan one time. This is years ago. We visited kind of all the touristy type stuff. It was a nice trip. I found it very difficult to drive in Manhattan, though, because all those yellow cab taxi drivers are maniacs. Maniacs. They cut across like 4 lanes and cut right in front of you. And I'm a good driver. Spot 5040 says, I wish we had a fixed foundation. It's a lot where I am. Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting how it differs, like from area to area, region to region, province, different states. Maiste Sergio, he says, here in Spain, the cost is $100 approximately. Yeah. What kind of money do they have in Spain? Euros? So it equals approximately $100. I mean, that's a pretty fair price. That'd be a heck of a lot better than what we can do here. Bubbles doesn't go out, so you could probably not get her spayed. I don't even know how I would get Bubbles, like she's just there's let me tell you something about Bubbles. There are days where I'm giving all the cats treats and she's there and I'm like, here, Bubbles, you want some treats? Even on days that I'm not filming anything. And then she comes right over and she sniffs my hand and she gets the treats and I'm able to kind of stroke her back a little bit with pets. And she kind of goes like that when I touch her, like she doesn't like it, but sometimes she wants the treats. There's days that I can do. But there's also days that the minute I'm like, Bubbles, how are you? And I go like this with my hands, just within like a few inches like that, she'll take off running. So those are the days I know that she doesn't want nothing to do with me. But I mean, of course, I'm always thinking Bubbles is going to go out on the farm one day. But I mean, we're already a few years and she still hasn't gone out on the farm. So the question becomes, am I personally okay with her just staying in full time forever? And I think I am. And I think also on a long-term dream, like if I had like, more time to get stuff done and I'm just looking for some content for YouTube and I got some lumber sitting over there, I'm gonna build like a different kind of cat house, like a different kind of catio. You know what I mean? Maybe with little bridges that the cats could go to the different catios. So then, if I did something like that, then Bubbles is free to go to any of those extra space, right? Because it would be a lot of space. But I mean, that's just down the road. I don't know yet what the schedule is for all that, especially now I got to build a new chicken coop and all that. And tearing down that coop is a big job too. Okay, I'm just getting caught up with the chat here. Kim Akers says, I'm shocked at how expensive it is. They're in Oklahoma and they have some low cost Humane Society clinics. Females are so much healthier if you spay them. So that's the thing, Kim. Like, I've heard that said before. The long-term health of the cat could be better if they're spayed. And I mean, the vets tell you that too, but I'm also cognizant that the vets just want business. So the vet's always telling you to do stuff. You know what I mean? Because they want you to spay the thing. The Tiny Dog Production says, we just paid in Ontario almost $1,400 to have our Sheltie spayed. Yeah, that's nuts. I remember when we had our first dog, Molly, we had her spayed. I think it was $1,100. And this was like 4 years ago now, 5 years ago when we got that done. So the price has gone up since then. If you're paying $1,400, that's crazy, eh? Like, honestly, it's funny, I don't know how, obviously, in America, the United States, they don't have publicly funded healthcare the way we do in Canada, but it's always an ongoing joke, like a snicker kind of joke, that kind of joke, where we say that us pet owners spend more money on our pets when it comes to healthcare than we do on ourselves because it's all just covered with our taxes, right? It's just a funny thing. Somebody says just do Sushi, Maggie, and Tango. So saying not to do Bubbles, but Sushi, for what I understand from her previous owners, is done already. She's spayed. Now, I haven't had Sushi at the vet, so I didn't. Maybe if I take her to the vet one day, I can say, "Can you confirm if she's spayed?" Sushi's not even the kind of cat that I can pick her up and hold her and flip her upside down and see if I can see a scar on her belly or something like that. But she does have that little nick out of her ear. So all you viewers told me that little nick out of her ear means that she's been spayed. Gold over silver says, if Chad gets her spayed now, there won't be any kittens. But I guess if in fact Maggie is pregnant now, then the vet won't even do it, right? Like the vet's not going to be doing a spay in the middle of a cat's pregnancy, right? So if she has kittens, then it's fine. What am I going to do? It'll be a lot more content. It'll be fun, And I'm not actively looking for more cats, but I definitely won't, dump off the cats at some humane society. We'll take responsibility of it. Rascal says, "What will you do with the new kittens?" Well, we'll join the crew. If we get kittens, the kittens will join the crew. So that's how it's going to be. But also, Maggie has stayed out before and she didn't get pregnant. So there's no guarantee that just because she stayed out that she's pregnant. Actually, I should ask, you know what? I'm going to ask our neighbors if their cats are all spayed and neutered, because then that'll tell me if their boy cats are neutered, then there's a good chance Maggie's not pregnant anyway. Christina says, "Do they not have low cost spaying in Canada?" I don't think there's low cost spaying in Canada. I think all the vets completely take advantage of all us pet owners. Now, the humane societies, there's all sorts of different humane societies in all the big cities. They do it, I mean, a little bit cheaper than the normal vets would. But I don't think it's low cost. I mean, it's still going to be $400 or $500 to do it at the Humane Society, whereas at the regular vet, it might be $500 or $600. And with the regular vet, you can probably get it done in a couple weeks. Now, you know, if I do call the vet like tomorrow, for example, oh wait, tomorrow's the weekend. On Monday, if I call the vets on Monday and I ask them about it, they're probably going to pull up the records in the computer of all the cats and they're going to say, well, we'll do it, but we have to get them all revaccinated first. Because I don't think vets want to have cats in their hospital that's not having the, you know, all the updated vaccines. All the cats have their first set of vaccines, but I guess maybe after like 3 years or something, you have to update the rabies and all that. And I think they got like the feline, I can't even remember, FVP. Anyway, they got the full course of vaccines the first time around. Kelly says, all mine are spayed and neutered and they still take off on a walkabout every now and then. It's so stressful. It is so stressful because the cats don't understand that we just want to protect them. You know, it's like you had already 8 hours out on the farm. So all you got to do is come back for food and water and a bed. But they don't know that. They want their freedom. Thomas Winter says, now you'll have to get to work with spring chores. Yeah, because the spring chores, just like that, it's too many chores. But that's life in a farm, you know, like it's not, I'm expecting it now. I'm not completely overwhelmed that I don't know what to do. I just prioritize what I want to do. I mean, the tearing down of that old chicken coop, that's like, I want to get that done as soon as possible, but there's also other things that I want to get done. So it's like, I'll work on that for a couple days. And then if I want to get something else done, that's it. And I also think about content too, right? I don't want to, if possible, I don't want to keep showing the same content in every video. Melissa Bocci. Hopefully I got that right. For the cats, sorry it can't be more. Glad Maggie is back. You don't need to be sorry that it can't be more. Because, you know, $19.99 US, how much is that in Canadian? That's a lot. That's like $35 Canadian, I guess, or $32 or something like that. Don't ever be sorry for anything that you're giving me for a tip. Of course, everybody would want to give an unlimited amount all the time, right? But don't be sorry. That's very much appreciated. And I honestly don't expect it ever from everybody. I don't ever talk about it on the channel. I don't ever tell people I'm needing money and I need this and I need these tools and can you guys start a fund? And I don't do that. I don't do that because I'm shy to do that. I'm not that kind of person anyways. But I will welcome it if somebody's, giving me a little bit of a tip. I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate it. So thank you, Melissa. Wait, there's another one too. Oh, Leona, $20. I just heard you live and that Maggie is back. Yes, Leona, Maggie is back. I got her back this morning. You'll see a little bit of footage of it in Monday's video. And I do have a bonus video, which is not about Maggie, but I have a bonus video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Leona is one of the longest time viewers on the channel. There's a small group of people that have been with me when we had like 200 or 300 subscribers. And I guess they just love what we're doing at the farm and they stuck around all that time. So thanks, Leona. I do appreciate that. Cami Mar says she just went on a road trip. Yeah. Maggie is for the streets. She's crazy. M. Far says she could have gotten taken by a predator. I mean, yes, that is a fact. At any given time, really, if you think about our animals on the farm, most of our animals are smaller animals. So really, daytime or nighttime, all of our animals could be taken by a predator at any time. Now, in the daytime, Olive's around, I'm around, stuff like that. But I think it's a very real possibility. That's the first thing that goes through my mind when they don't come back, is that maybe a predator got them. And it's such a catch-22 with cats. I can herd all the ducks back in. I can get the geese. Sometimes I got to pick Frankie up, and then his little feet go like this, Frankie the goose. I got to pick him up and put him in because he stands there and he doesn't want to go back in. It's like he just wants me to pet him. So I got to just quickly take those 2 steps to put them in. But the chickens, the chickens are a bit tough to herd them back in, but it's okay. So all the animals are okay to herd back in. Pigs are easy. You just shake the food thing and they come running. But the cats are the hardest by a million to get back in. And anybody that has cats knows that that's, the issue. Oh, somebody answered my question from earlier. How long is a gestation period for cats? And some people are saying 63, 64, 65 days. Yeah. Sugar Bell says she'll be easy to see if she gets a belly because she's already naturally thin, right? Just getting caught up here, guys. Bear with me. What do we got? 358 people in here right now. That's terrific. Maybe I should just go to the bottom. Oh, okay. Darla Schmidt says maybe she's trapped. So maybe you haven't heard the news, Darla. She's not trapped. She's back. I got Maggie back this morning. And she was waiting right there for me. I didn't go get her. She came back on her own. I don't know how she knows how to get back, but she does. And she came back, and it's amazing. Mestri Sergio, or Sergio Mestri, I don't know which is the first name or the last name, from Spain, says, we love the cats, but it's Chad who keeps us hooked on the channel. I try my best. I thank you for that, though. That's a nice comment. No tax on tips. Yes. If there was no tax, oh man, I'd have so much money. I'd be like, I feel like I'd be rich if I didn't have to pay tax. We pay so much tax up here in Canada. It's just insane. Who's that? Compo67 says we use tractive trackers which use GPS. Tractive. Yeah, tractive is an actual satellite tracker. But a question for you, Compo67, if you're still in here, question for you. How long in between recharging the collar? Because there's two concerns about, our cats in our situation. Two concerns for me is they're like $10 a month here in Canada for tractive for one collar. So if I wanted to get, let's say, 7 cats, so that's $70 a month just for the subscription. Then how often do you have to, you know, charge the collars? So for the barn cats and the farm and my busy life, I don't think I want to do that. Glenn Hatchie says, Chad's modesty is why I continue to watch. No sugarcoating. I do honestly try to keep it real. I don't do fake stuff on my farm or on my channel. I don't do clickbait stuff. Maybe there's the occasional video like the one I did a couple weeks ago that says the title of the video was I'm starting over. But guess what? That video has like 19,000 views, whereas my normal videos get, 9 or 10,000 views. But thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it. Will says, how about Maggie on Tour 2026 shirts with a map of the route she took? I wish I knew the route. I'd be so interested to see on, like where did she go and how did you make her way back? It's tough to put Maggie on a graphic on a t-shirt because of her colors. Maybe there's a way to use some kind of software to, make it like a cartoon drawing or something. But so far, what I've found in designing merchandise, and I'm still working on new merchandise, just bear with me. But what I've found is that the solid color cats or the two colored cats work the nicest, the easiest. You got Dexter, Chunk, and Mango, and Fozzie. Those 4 cats, actually, that just works out that it's the 4 boys. They're easy, and it's so nice to see the graphic and all that. You got Sushi and Maggie and Tango. It's like it becomes a jumbled mess when you're trying to use the design software. I don't know if anybody can do it better than me too, right? Like I'm not a pro. Thomas Winter, I watch on my TV and comment on my phone. 2 times the views. Yes. Oh, Matthew. Matthew says spaying helps lower cancer risks. But this is what I was saying about the cats could get like health issues if they don't get spayed. But is that real documented data, or is that just what the vets have been telling us for the past 60 years? You better get your cats and dogs spayed and neutered because it's, they can get cancer. So before we started neutering all our cats, all the cats used to get cancer. So I don't know. I'm not really a skeptic either. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can be a skeptic, I guess, when it comes to, government or professionals telling us things because A, they don't know it all. And B, they just sometimes tell us, like how many of you guys, how you feel about the government is that they tell us things that we want to hear just so that we'll vote for them. That's sometimes I feel that anyways. And I don't talk politics on my channel. I know. Let's keep politics out of it. Lalia Good Song says, I didn't see the notification. Well, you made it. And I don't know how YouTube decides who they're going to send the notification to. When us creators decide to upload a video or start a live stream like this, there's a little box to check that says notify your subscribers. And I always have that checked every time. So, I mean, even the last live stream that I did from the cat house, even my own wife didn't even get a notification. She didn't even know that I did a live stream there. It's like, holy smokes. Lalia says, Frankie would like to cuddle in your lap. Yeah, he's so like odd. Okay. And I mean, I've squatted down and I've tried to see what he's going to do, but I'm also cognizant that he could nip me at any time. And when I'm squatting down, I don't want him to bite me down where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean? So I'm cognizant of what he's trying to do. And I can see his one foot coming up on my leg. And I'm like, there's also a technique that geese use to whack you with their wings. So he could easily just take his wing and whack me with it. You'll end up with a big welt. Maybe you'll see me knocked out over there because Frankie whacked me with his wing. That would be funny, actually, if I had the camera going and filming it and then you saw me get knocked out by the wing of a goose. That'd probably go viral. Gotta stay hydrated because I talk too much. The last live stream, speaking about the water, the last live stream that I did, I got a real kick out of somebody's comment there. And I guess I'm drinking water in the live stream. And somebody asked me if I was a diabetic because I was drinking water. I don't know what that has to do with diabetes. Do diabetics get extra thirsty all the time? Is that a thing? But anyways, I'm not a diabetic. I eat as much sugar as I want. But I like drinking when I'm talking into the microphone, especially in my live stream so far. Since I started doing live streams at Christmas last year, my live streams have been long. Most creators limit them to an hour. And I'm like, I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like I am talking too much and I'm not focused on all of the comments in the chat. So then I feel kind of bad that maybe there's some people that I didn't answer or I missed something or somebody gave me a tip and I'm not thanking them. And then so I'm cognizant of that, but then I start talking too much and then you need to drink because your throat gets so charred because, you're talking. I mean, you guys are just sitting there watching me talk. I'm the one talking and talking and then your voice goes. So it's like me calling Maggie. At the end of the day, I needed a special honey lemon tea from my wife to help my throat. But I do try to keep it real. I just try to be myself. I'm usually kind of goofy anyway in our normal life. I can be serious too when I need to be. I can be tough when I need to be. But, I just try to keep it loose and try to keep it real. I like to think of my channel as real, in quotation, real reality TV. You know how, reality TV is there. You can watch reality TV, but really it's scripted TV. It's not real TV. You watch any of those reality shows, there's like a director and he's telling everybody where to stand, what to do, what situation, what to say. Those are all scripted shows, even though they're reality shows. But guess what? The Hidden Spring Farm is real reality TV. I'm way behind now. Holly Zipped Up Kit says, I love them all, but Bubbles is my favorite. Bubbles has been something going on with Bubbles. Her, the tips of her ears, you know how the ear is like a triangle? the tips of her ears are all chewed, like chewed. And I'm like, so I noticed it. And then, I think you'll see it a little bit of it in Monday's episode. I think I tried to focus on it a little bit, trying to get your guys' opinion. But she's, I don't know. I don't know how would a cat's ears get chewed. So I'm thinking one of the boys was trying to mate her, and they get up on the back, and then maybe they're like chewing on the back of the neck and the ears and stuff, because it's like it doesn't look good now. And I mean, damn it, what happened? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong to make something like that happen? And I know it's just nature, but what can I do to prevent those things? So now Bubbles' ears looks a little bit chewy. Here's Compo67 is saying, I love the music you play on your videos, Chad. I wonder if these are tracks supplied by YouTube or AI, as I couldn't find the artist when searching your video. So that's a fair question. First of all, I don't use AI in any of my videos. Second thing, for creators, it's a challenge to get music, because generally music is copyrighted by the artist. So knowing this, YouTube has access to the creators. It's called the YouTube audio library. And we can go into any of the songs in the library, and there's like hundreds and thousands of songs in there. Most of the music that's in there is not, in my opinion, suitable for my channel, right? There's a lot of like electric music and techno music and hip hop music. And it's basically all of this music is non-copyrighted. So YouTube has the rights, and so they allow creators to use it. So that's the first thing. Now, about the finding the artist when searching your video, I don't know. I've seen people asking me what's the song titles. I think it depends on what internet browser you're using. If you're using an updated Google Chrome, when you play the video, down on the side of the screen, it usually lists whatever songs are in the video. But if you're using a different internet browser, like Safari or Internet Explorer, or like, what are the other ones? Foxfire or something. So anyways, I think it depends on that. Or maybe if it's not updated, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Momo, what is that? Mom Robert. Mom Robert. I hope I'm saying that right. Says, geese can cut you with those wings and they bite. I believe they are the only bird species that has teeth. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but the wings on the very the bendy part of the wing. So you got the bone, and then you have all the feathers. That little bone part on the top of the wing is like a big solid bone, and when they're standing like this, what they do is they do one of those, and they whack you with those wings. So there's that. But I don't think that they have actual teeth. It's almost like barbs. Like there's just these little sharp things there, but they're not actual teeth. They're just part of the bill. But if they bite you, it can leave a bruise. It can pierce the skin, because I've had it happen to me. And even if they bite you through like denim blue jeans, it hurts. And I mean, I'm not like a wussy kind of guy. I'm like a pretty tough guy. But I just like to describe things to you guys the best as possible. And it leaves like a bruise, and it pinches the skin. So I don't want to get bit by the geese. I think Olive was dreaming. She was just doing one of these when she's lying on the ground. I think she was having a dream. Gold over silver says the thing that hooked me on a couple years ago in a video when you yelled Dexter. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, I just lost it. Shoot. Somebody was asked. Anyways, I just lost it. Anyway, somebody was just asking me again if we found Maggie. So yes, we found Maggie. See, that's another thing too. So, back to the notifications for YouTube. So I put out a community post, right? It's like it's a way for creators to post like anything. You can post links to videos, you can post photos and updates and stuff. So do they not give every single one of your subscribers a notification for that? They should, right? I think. But I guess it's not a perfect, system. Somebody says, Bev, she says, thanks for chiming in, Remy. Is my darling in this live stream right now and I don't even know about it? Usually she comes down here and pokes her head and says, hi, guys. She's not doing that today. Maybe she's busy. Tammy says, Remy, you're very welcome and thank you for giving us Chad at least once a week. Bev says, Olive needs a treat. Yeah, well, it's like 5 o'clock, so she'll be having her dinner when this live stream's finished. She's got, what has she got for dinner? Bok choy, rice, carrots, beans, and chicken. So that's Olive's dinner for tonight. My wife just made a whole big batch the other, 3 or 4 days ago. So she's good for like 2 weeks now. Matthew, back to Matthew about the vet and spaying cats. He says, the vet told us that because we didn't spay our girl cat until she was much older, that she wouldn't have gotten cancer. Most likely not 100%. Yeah, I mean, of course the vet would say that because the vet wants you to tell everybody who you know, you got to spay your cats or they're going to get cancer. And again, I'm not a skeptic. I'm like a fact kind of researcher. I need facts. Are there actual data behind this that yes, and does that cancer thing only work for cats or is it for other animals as well, like dogs? If you don't get your dog spayed, they might get cancer too. I don't know. I'm just no disrespect or anything. I'm not trying to be mean or rude. Happy Hero says, Chad, you are a wonderful owner to your cats. Sometimes cats act in unexpected ways. As long as Bubbles' behavior doesn't change, then she will be fine. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe Bubbles is scratching her ears. I don't know, guys. I mean, scratching your ears can make the ears look chewed. It almost looks like one of the other cats have been chewing on the ears. You'll see it in the video on Monday. I'll try to give you a good shot of it. No, it's not frostbite. Jules Verne Homestead. Bubbles' ears might have gotten frostbite. Bubbles spend most of her winter inside the heated tents. She didn't get frostbite at all, and she didn't have access to any snow or anything. Yeah. Here's a comment. The Enchanted Path is saying, I'm wondering if you and your wife would ever get another sheepdog. I remember when Molly passed, it was a heartbreaking video to watch. Yes, that was the hardest video to make. And I had to stop the camera a whole bunch of times. And I don't know how many of you guys watched that, but I mean, it was like, I have to tell you guys about it. And I just said, okay, I'm going to make a short video about it. And that was really, Molly passing away was the toughest time we've had on the farm so far. But to answer your question, I'm wondering if you would ever get another sheepdog. Definitely, I would get another sheepdog. I love the old English sheepdog. Since we got Molly and then we took in Olive, don't forget, Olive is adopted from a viewer in Ohio, United States. So Olive is not even like we didn't get Olive as a pup by ourselves. It was a viewer who gave us Olive, and we had Molly at the time. So, but yeah, I would get another dog. I would probably wait to get another dog or dogs if we were living on the farm, so hopefully that can happen like soon. But I think it's, if you just think about my life and constantly having to travel, our house is about 20 minutes away from the farm. So it's like on one side you say, well, it's not that big of a hassle, but when you have to travel two dogs back and forth, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle. So I would prefer, just for my own sanity and continuing to build my YouTube channel, not to have another dog until I'm living on the farm property. Then it's a lot easier. Then I don't have to transport the dogs. The dogs are just there. You know what I mean? If I'm filming a video, they're there. If I'm going inside, they're coming inside the house with me because you're living there. But it's a good question. A lot of people keep telling me to get another dog, and when are you getting another dog, and asking when are you getting another dog. And we've had this rat situation. People have been saying you should get a rat terrier type dog. And I mean, I don't know. I don't want a rat terrier dog. First of all, rat terriers are not good with other animals. Rat terriers want to kill all the animals. That's my experience. Of course you can train them, yes, but do I have time to really train a rat terrier properly? I don't really have time for that. So I'm not getting a rat terrier. Gerald says ear mites. I really don't think ear mites makes it look like the ear has been chewed. You know what I mean? Ear mites is starting, it's like it builds up from the inside of the ear. This is more like the tips. Like, you got the triangle of the ears like that, right? So now it kind of looks like this. It's so, I really don't know. I'm kind of, the way I'm thinking is it because I know how the cats mate. So I'm thinking that another cat was on top of her, holding her down, trying to mate, maybe, and they used their mouth to bite the neck of the female. And maybe they could have been nibbling on the ears too, to the point that the ears got really chewed. She's in good spirits, Bubbles. I was petting her the other day a lot. I picked her up and I hugged her for a few seconds, and then she jumped away. I just couldn't I couldn't film it in that moment because it all happened so fast. Here's Olive again. She wants to say hi to the world. Lalia, good song. $9.99 US. Thank you, Lalia. I look forward to your videos on Monday and Thursday. Your laid-back demeanor and honest content has made me a fan for sure. Hello, sweet Olive and Remy. Thank you, Lalia. I really appreciate it. We got a little cat spaying fund going on. Okay. Tully Farrell said she got in a fight with another cat. It is possible. It is possible that she got into a fight. And if I was to say who she would get into a fight with, I would say Sushi, because Sushi is she is the kind of cat that would fight, right? Sushi has been given head swats, but what if the other cat starts to fight back, and then maybe the two of them are fighting? But it's interesting. I guess, there's no blood on Bubbles' ears or anything like that. So, but I guess in your ear, there's less blood flow anyways. But I don't know. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, obviously. Thomas Winter says maybe it's a skin issue. I noticed the hair at her rear and the base of the tail is thin. So she's got a couple of matted chunks, Thomas, on her tail now. And there was one day I went in there, and it's almost like some of the hair on the tail was like twisted around to the one side so you could see kind of the bare tail. And it's like the following day it was okay, but a couple of chunks of the hair is now matted. There's like, I don't know, let's just say it's like, maybe it's like as big as my thumb, right? Because I told you I was petting her the other day, and whenever I pet the cats, I start at the head and then I kind of go over their body, and then I pet the tail. So I was doing that with Bubbles, and I could feel the mats, and I kind of tugged on the mats a little bit, but I was also happy that I was able to get some pets in on Bubbles, so I wanted to continue to pet her. I think in order to get those mats out or to get scissors to cut them off, she would have to be sedated or something like that. Or I would need my wife to come with me, and then maybe I got to like really hold her down while I think it's dangerous because if you're using scissors to cut the mats and the cat's just freaking out, that's probably not a good mix. Okay. I think I missed a couple of comments here. So anybody that I missed, sorry about that. I'm just getting back. Somebody said something about Bubbles hiding. Oh, Schnee Cat says, Chad, it's made my day now. Maggie's home. Yeah, she's home. She came this morning. I mean, I don't know when she came back. I think she would have come back at some point in between 4:32 a.m. and 10:30. By the time I got to the farm this morning, it was 10:30. So I got a signal at the neighbor's property at 4:32 a.m. So sometime in between there, it was yeah. Somebody says skin cancer. I mean, I don't know honestly who said that. Suzanne. So I don't know Suzanne. Obviously, she hasn't been to the vet in a few years now. But I'm just thinking if it was like something like skin cancer, like would I see other symptoms prior? Like, wouldn't you notice her maybe not feeling good or something like that? So I wouldn't think it would be skin cancer because me being the guy going to the cats every day, it was like it just happened. You know what I mean? Like today she's okay, and then tomorrow she's not okay, and the ears look chewed. So I think like if it was something like skin cancer or some kind of an ailment, me as the person who sees her every day, I would notice the cancer slowly eating away at the ears. It wouldn't just be so abrupt overnight, I think. So I really don't, just by using that logic, I really don't think that that would be the case. But I mean, it might also be a case of her needing a vet visit just for the vet to kind of tell us if there's something wrong or what's going on. I know you want to see everybody. Miss Chad. Miss Chad or Mishad? Anyways, they say our boy ran off 3 months in the middle of winter, and now he stays very close to home. So you got him back at least. It's just that he just doesn't go far now. So that's good, I guess. Lalia says, I wonder if that's why Mango hasn't been around. Mango has also been acting a little bit strange. You guys notice I put out a YouTube short, and it was a couple videos ago, where Mango has been up in the rafters in the cat house. So I go in there, and he's up in the rafters, and I'm like, what are you doing up? And I'm kind of making light of it in the channel, right? And I'm just trying to make content. So I'm like, Mango, are you okay, Mango? You don't want to come down and see me, like that. But I mean, maybe Sushi has been bullying him, and that's why he's just going up there to get away from Sushi. So I don't know. Suzanne says neutered males don't try to mate. Is that a fact? Okay. So what would be going on with Bubbles then? I don't know. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, if you just, I'm thinking about, like the ducks and the geese and the chickens, when the male mounts them, there's always the feathers on the back of their neck disappear because they're biting on the feathers, trying to hold the woman down, I guess. The mating rituals are a little bit barbaric for nature. Love Crochet says, I absolutely love your live vlogs. Thank you, Chad. Well, to be honest, I like the live too. I've enjoyed them so far. I was very hesitant for the past 5 years, thinking that I wouldn't be good at it, or I don't know what to do. I don't know how to set it up. And then, I don't know, I just got up enough courage to say, well, who cares? I don't care. If I do it wrong, who cares? Oh, no. Her thing just came off. I was just playing with her. I'll get my wife to put it on later. Came off. Sorry. Rascal says it's not likely she got in a fight. They've been together for a long time now. I mean, that's true for all the other cats, but Sushi, I think, could get into a fight. Now, Sushi acts like a boss, right? So, Sushi, if the other cats annoy her, Sushi hits them in the head. Now, I've seen a couple times that she's done it to Mango, and Mango fights her back. So I'm just thinking that Bubbles also has a little bit of an attitude. So you must have seen in some video in the past where I'm filming, right? And Bubbles is there with one of the boys, like Dexter or Mango or Chunk, and Bubbles hits them in the head too, even though they're bigger boys. She doesn't care. So I can see it very plausible that Sushi and Bubbles could get into a fight. Now, Sushi thinks that she's a queen, so if she hits one of the other cats, she's expecting the other cat to back down, and then they just both walk away. But if the other cat doesn't back down, it would be interesting to know what happens. Does Sushi stay right there and continue to fight back, waiting until somebody backs down? So I don't know. You guys will see it on Monday. I can't give you the footage right now or anything to show you what it looks like, but it's like the tip of the ear is gone. It's like it's been chewed. To me, if it was a cat fight, do cats bite the heads of the other cat? Is that a thing too? I guess I need to Google videos of cat fights to see how they fight. I always just figured they would fight with their hands, but maybe if they get in really close combat, they're biting the heads of the other cats, maybe. Christiane, is it Christiane or Christy Ann? Anyways, she's asking, is Sushi a bully? And I honestly, it's hard to judge. Like, I don't see Sushi as a bully. I just see Sushi as no nonsense. So when one of the other cats comes really close to Sushi, or if Sushi is facing this direction and one of the other cats comes from behind in front of them, and Sushi kind of gets startled, her first instinct is to swat them in the head. But I don't think Sushi is actively going for the other cats. It's only when the other cats come to them. But Bubbles, her favorite thing to do is to greet the other cats. Bubbles is always sniffing the butts of all the other cats. Olive, get down. What are you doing? Compost 67. Thanks. Very much appreciated. Somebody says, hi, Olive. That's because she's right here. Hi, Olive. You want to say hi to the show? Huh? You want to come up here? See, she's looking right into the camera. She's such a big teddy bear. How could you not love this dog? And she's so freshly groomed. So she smells good, you know, like it's not like she's a stinky farm dog. Yeah, I know. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Okay, that's enough. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're going to tip me over. You're going to tip me over. Wait. Get down. You're like heavy. Okay. No, that's enough. No, okay. You had your chance. That's your 15 minutes of fame right there. Denise Gilmore says, no such thing as a bad cat, just misunderstood. Yeah. Scott says, Sushi's very set in her ways. And I mean, you know, Sushi is coming from a solo life, right? Like she was just living alone. So think about it from the cat's perspective. One day she's living with a man and a woman and she's alone. And then the next day she gets dropped off at some random farm. And now she doesn't see that man and a woman anymore, but she sees 7 other cats. So I don't know. I think that's definitely, there's like a long adjustment period. But I find it so interesting with Sushi that when I come in and I'm greeting the cats, you know, sometimes I set up the camera and I'm filming it for you guys to see how I greet the cats and how they come to greet me. Even though Fozzie, Chunk, Dexter, Tango, those are the 4, sometimes Maggie comes, Mango never comes to greet me, and Bubbles never comes to greet me. But even in that setting, Sushi comes over, right? And she doesn't fight with the other cats in that moment. And I usually like Sushi, and then I'm petting her as well. So when it's her approaching the other cats, it's fine because she's deciding to do it. And I mean, this is like the psychology of cats, right? So I think when the other cats approach her, she don't want that. It has to be on her terms. A couple of people asking me if I can put a trail camera in the cat house. I can probably try it. The trouble with a trail camera, okay, if you just, how can I explain? It's the field of vision, the field of view from the camera. This camera right here it's a webcam, and it's like a wide angled lens, right? So it kind of, from the camera itself, it allows you to see all of this. So now a trail cam is not like that. And a trail cam, if I put a trail cam right here and I wanted to film something where the cam is, it wouldn't see it. It's like it's too close. The trail camera needs like 10 feet of distance in order for you to see something. So if I set up a trail camera in the corner of the cat house, it would probably only see the other corner of the cat house. I don't know if that explains it properly, but I think if I wanted to really film what's going on in there. First of all, you would need several cameras. You can't just have one camera. Jules Verne Homestead says, you should get Frankie and Lucy a kiddie pool. Here's the problem. And I'll keep an eye out and I'll try it again. Here's the problem with the kiddie pools, okay? Is that we're in 2026. And over the past couple decades, manufacturers have figured out cheaper ways to make the products. So now, if I'm lucky enough and I could find a kiddie pool from 1985, you know, it would be amazing, because 1985 kiddie pools were thick, rigid, hard, durable plastic, right? Now, kiddie pools today that you buy at Walmart for $14, $15 are these flimsy, paper-thin plastic things. And they don't last. First of all, they don't last. So I did, what happens is you put a little bit of water in those kiddie pools and then you can't dump it. Or you're trying to pick it up to dump it, and the plastic is so thin and cheap that it's creasing. And instead of you tipping the whole thing, it's just bending. Anyways, I'm probably rambling. But if I see them, I'll buy a little kiddie pool so that they can have a kiddie pool. Christina says, I don't think Sushi would chew Bubbles' ear, but here's the thing. I don't know if it's a situation of somebody like sitting there gnawing on the ear, or is it a situation that the cats are like fighting and it's just like an instant where they bite the ear. So I don't know. I'm just playing out all these scenarios in my head, Sugar Bell says, how much does Olive weigh? The last time she was at the vet, she was 73 pounds. Now, to give you an idea how small Olive is, and I say small in quotes, for those of you who remember my girl Molly, our first dog, okay, Molly was 96 pounds. This girl is a really, really small and slender Old English sheepdog. Maybe that's why she's so athletic, because Molly was not athletic at all. Anna Piazza says, why not try an Arlo or camera linked to the internet? But here's the thing, Anna, you got to have internet in the cat house, which I don't. I tried, there's internet in the farmhouse, and I tried to get one of those little gizmos that you plug in to extend the signal. That didn't work at all. I did a live stream from there, and the live stream lasted 2 minutes before it just got choppy. Anyways, I'll figure it out eventually. Some kind of internet there. Schneecat says, Chad, I'd love a short compilation video of Sushi's meows. Yeah, I could try to figure something like that out. Sushi is a whiner too. So Sushi has these little meows, but she's also a whiner. Like if she's eating and another cat is over there, she starts to go as she's chewing the food, And I mean, I have early footage when she first arrived of her doing that. And at first I thought it was kind of cute, like it's funny. And then I realized that she's getting ready to fight when she's doing that. If the other cat is continuing to get closer, she's making those sounds as a warning to the other cat. Jules Verne Homestead, one guy on YouTube has them doubled up. So I used to have kiddie pools up in the orchard for the ducks and the geese before I built the pond, and I tripled it. I had 3 pools. And since I built the pond, I removed them and I gave those pools to the pigs. Now, Bobby has already ruined his pool. I should actually clean it up and get all the bits of plastic out of there. And I don't know if Billy's is ruined yet, but it's almost ruined. So it's not a good idea to give those to the pigs. And the pigs don't even use them anyway. The pigs, sorry, the pigs just like to roll around in the mud water with water on the ground. Thanks for the interpretation. I try. Food aggression, yeah. Someone sly 83. Yeah, food aggression. That's what they do. So it's a warning. It's like so as she's chewing her food, she's got her one eye on the cat. She's looking like that at the other cat, whoever's getting close. Glenn says, the kids. Yeah, because they're all like my kids, right, Glenn? I'm losing my voice already. You see, that's why I need to drink. But I'm not a diabetic, I promise. Somebody's saying maybe a weasel got into to chew Bubbles' ears. There's no way a weasel would get in there. Anyways, I would see evidence of it. And I mean, there's just no way. I can't see that happening. I mean, if the weasel was to take on Bubbles, then Bubbles would be dead. Bubbles is so small. I don't think Bubbles could beat a weasel or maybe scare off the weasel. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. There would be blood all over the place. I really don't think it was a weasel. I don't think a weasel. I mean, if you just think about the catio, right? Christina? Yeah. Think about the catio portion of the cat house, right? It stinks of cat poop and cat pee. So for me, I don't think a weasel is going to be tempting their fate to enter, because that, to me, that smell would just make them stay away. Selena Jackson says, could the problem with Bubbles' ears be over grooming? It's a very good possibility, Selena, because you never know. And our cats, besides Sushi out of the mix, Sushi and Fozzie, they never interact with everybody else. But yeah, it's definitely could be over grooming, maybe. Yeah. Anna Piazza says, are both ears chopped up? What, I mean, one ear is worse than the other ear, but they're both kind of chomped. Yes, they're both chomped. Gold over silver. Now that the cats are out during the day, the weasels will go away because of the scent. I haven't seen any evidence of weasels anymore, and I haven't seen any security footage of the weasels, because we do have several security cameras around the property. So, I mean, I'm hopeful that the weasel has just moved on. I never caught any weasel in the trap. I can't say for sure that there's no weasel around, but definitely I kind of hope that there's no weasel around. All the chickens in the barn are doing okay. Big Red and the black chicken is doing okay. You'll see it in Monday's episode, but we've finalized a name for that surviving black hen, and we've named her Gloria Gaynor. It was suggested by one of you viewers, and I like it. Gloria Gaynor. She's the one who made that song, I Will Survive. So I thought it was like a fitting name. We can call her Gloria or Gigi for short. I thought that'd be good. And it fits with the singer's theme of some of our birds. Sharon Lee just said, is Mango happy again since Maggie came back? I think all the cats are happy that Maggie came back. Yeah. Because they were all sniffing her and, following her around. Linda Phillips. Yeah, I'm so glad she's back too. It's too stressful. Schnee Cat says, I agree. The new drone camera work is unbelievable. Does it track you as you move around the farm? How does that work? So I've been getting a lot of comments about this drone. So I think it's difficult to explain. It's probably better for me to just do like a 5-minute segment in a video showing off this little drone. It's only about this big and it kind of folds up. I can fit it in my breast pocket. You know what I mean? And it's technically a selfie drone. And there's a little gizmo that I carry around, and that's how it records audio. And it basically has a follow feature, you know, that it's like it uses a tracking, some kind of tracking that can follow you around. So it has a ski mode, a cycling mode, and it has a follow mode. It has a dolly track mode, which will follow you in the front, and it has a bunch of other things like bird's eye setting. But it's a cool little gizmo that does not require a remote control. Okay, so and I'll show you in a video. You basically hold the drone and you can push the buttons on the little drone on what setting you want, and then you push it for it to take off, and you just hold the thing and it takes off into the sky and it's following you. You can adjust the setting, whether it's very high, medium, or very low. And I try not to use the low setting because Olive hates the drone. You'll notice any of the drone work, Olive's not there because I have to kind of put her away. So that's one bad thing about the drone, because Olive is just barking and barking and chasing, and she's jumping up trying to eat the drone. Like, I think she thinks the drone's a predator. But anyways, it's not something that I'm going to use all the time, but it's definitely something that I think brings a unique type perspective to the videos. And just remember, guys, I'm trying to build my channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, and I'm always trying to make better videos. And if I can just, I don't know, I thought 2026 was going to be like my year for the channel to kind of take off, you know? So I'm working towards doing that. We're doing these live streams now, and I got a new little drone to try to make the videos even more interesting than they already were. Now I just need to work on keeping the videos so super interesting so that you viewers will watch the whole video. Right now I have like 45% average view. So I think YouTube is looking at that and saying, hey, we're not going to promote this guy's video because his own viewers are not even watching 50% of the video. So I've been trying to work on that, I guess, a little bit. Lalia Goodsong says, I think it might be flies eating her ears. I mean, wouldn't I see the flies? If it was flies eating her ears, wouldn't I see them? Bev says it's over grooming from stress or boredom. I mean, keeping her inside, I don't know what I can do to make her not bored. Linda Batker says, right, Thomas, this channel and hers are my faves. So she's talking about somebody else. She's talking about some other channel. What other channel you're talking about? I missed that part. Girl with the dogs. So I guess Linda is asking me, have you ever met or spoken to Vanessa from Girl with the Dogs YouTube channel? She's got excellent insight into cat habits. No, I've never spoken to her. I don't even know who she is. I've never even heard of that channel, Girl with the Dogs. So that's that. She's probably never heard of me either. A lot of people are asking if weasels would attack the cats. I mean, I think maybe I'm of the opinion that if a weasel was face to face with our cats, the weasel would run away. I don't think the weasel would want to face our cats. Our cats are like somewhat semi wild cats. I don't think our cats are going to lose to a weasel. I think the end of that fight is going to see the cat with the weasel dead in its mouth. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that the cat wouldn't have any damage because weasels are vicious and they have claws and they have teeth. But I just can't picture a weasel that's 1/3 of the size of our cats killing one of our cats. Bubbles, maybe, but I don't even think a weasel would let themselves get into that situation. It's like a weasel would have to be cornered or something in order for it to attack. That's just my opinion. I don't know anything about weasels. Some people are asking about if Bubbles has ear mites. Now, I've had cats in the past have ear mites. If you remember Stormy, our very first cat, she got ear mites, and the vet gave me a product called Revolution, and it cleared up the ear mites instantly. That's not what ear mites looks like. And our rabbits get ear mites all the time. That's not what ear mites looks like. Ear mites, basically, you see inside the ear, you see there's like a crust building up. And you know what that crust is inside the ear? That's the feces of the ear mites building up. And because I know this because I took a rabbit to the vet a couple of years ago because I didn't know what it was. And then I started really learning about ear mites. So Bubbles' ears being chewed, I'm not saying she doesn't have ear mites because she might have microscopic mites inside her ears. I don't know, but I don't see any evidence of it. And it's definitely not ear mites that are chewing the tips of her ears either. That's, to me, it looks like a cat's been chewing on it. So whether it's a cat fight or whether it's an over grooming situation or Bubbles maybe scratching her ear so much that I mean, it's possible, I suppose. It's all plausible, but it's definitely not ear mites in my limited experience with ear mites. So take that for what it is. Tully Farrell says Molly was a stinker making you chase her down to get the ball. Yeah, that was Molly's favorite game. You know, Molly would have the ball in her mouth, right? And she would like wait. I'm trying to put my hand to get the ball. She would wait until my hand was literally right here. And then she would take off running. And as she's running, she's looking back because she's trying to goad me into chasing her because that was really her funny game. And I sometimes obliged her and I chased her. And I think she really liked that. Once Olive came, that chase game kind of came to an end because Olive just chases everything anyway. We're going to end this live stream at 2 hours. Okay, folks? There's 325 people in here, but there's 410 likes. So that's excellent. Thank you for that. Lots of likes. And I guess some people have come and then some people have left. So that's how you end up with more likes. So that's cool. So we're at 1 hour and 49 minutes. So we'll do another 10 minutes. And I'll try to answer still as many questions as I can in these last 10 minutes. Don't forget, I have a bonus video tomorrow because I'm trying to get my overall views up. I said, okay, I'm going to release this on Saturday. My views on the channel started to stagnate, I'd say about February, where every time I put out a winter vlog, I was getting, 7,000, 8,000 views. And my first thought was that there was a lot of people that were getting sick of the winter type videos because that's all we had going on, right? But since we had the chickens got attacked, and then the cat going missing, and I've decided to take the chicken house down and stuff like that. We've had some spring videos. All the animals are going out on the farm, so we all get to see the cat release and the duck parade and the turkeys kind of floating out of their house there, and me petting Frankie and stuff like that. So it's like it makes for better videos overall, I think. And anyways, but I have obviously the data in the videos, so I know that that's kind of factual, because these videos that I put out for these past 3 weeks, they're in the range of 10,000 to 12,000 views. One of them even went to 19,000 views. So that's in the range of on the higher end of my videos. But it always helps always helps the videos when there's something big happening on the farm. Like if a cat goes missing, lots of people want to watch because they want to know which cat, what happened, what's the story, or your chickens got attacked. Okay, everybody's clicking on that because they want to know instantly what happened to the chickens, what's going on. That's just human nature. You can't avoid that. That's why there's so many creators nowadays. Did you guys notice that? That they're using AI to create their thumbnail. And it shows them in the thumbnail. I'm talking about even farm homestead channels. It shows them, and then it's just the whole background it's not a true shot of their property. It's like an AI generated thing. I don't think I want to do that. And that's just my personal preference, anyways. But there's an awful lot of creators that make videos like they're almost like the doomsday theme, like, you better start planting these now, or, we're all going to die, or, they're trying to scare you into getting clicks, or, the government's taking my property, or, there's some it's those are like kind of clickbaity videos. Like I don't even know how to describe those kind of videos, but I try not to do that kind of stuff. Gold over silver says do more catnip vids with the cats. Yeah, I can do that. The duck parade is so good, Compo says. Sugar Bell says, yes, try to get a pic of her ears. So I filmed it today. And so you guys will see it on Monday. And I don't know if I can clean up the video footage or not, because she's always moving around. Who T design or what design? Hopefully I'm saying one of those right. Says, you should try spending some alone time with Bubbles and sit with her calmly without the other cats every day. I do that. I haven't done that. So I'm saying I do that, but I'm also saying I haven't been doing that because really winter was bad this year. There was a lot of time that the cats didn't go out on the farm. So there's no way for me to spend that one-on-one time with Bubbles. But now that the cats are going out more often, I will most definitely, I don't know if you're new Watt design or if you're just been with us for a while, but you'll see a lot of footage from last spring, summer, fall, where I'm playing with Bubbles. I'm playing with her with the toys, and she really enjoys the toys, actually. And I don't even know if that was helping her come out of her shell a little bit or what. But basically, I do that, but I haven't been doing that. So I will get back to doing that soon. And now, of course, I'm so scared to let the cats out because of what happened with Maggie. Thanks to you, Glenn. Thanks to everybody for watching. Gerald Hull, hopefully I'm saying that right, says, I actually started following you during this last winter. I'm still playing catch up. Well, Gerald, it's 2000, what is it? 2020. I started the channel in July 2020. So this coming July, I've been building this channel for 6 years. So I don't know how you can get caught up really on everything unless you go back and watch every video from the start. I know a lot of you viewers have done that. Thank you for that. It helps you with your watch hours and ad watches, and I can make a little bit of money. But I don't expect that from everybody because that's an awful lot of watching. But don't judge me on the earlier videos either, because I probably wasted maybe 200 videos where I was still trying to figure out how best to talk to people in front of the camera, because that's always the thing. Trying not to look too spaced out like a deer in the headlights. So I feel like it took me a little bit of time to do the editing better, to be better at fitting the music into certain scenes, and then also my own persona in front of the camera, not to be boring or not to say certain things, and make sure that I'm looking directly into the camera, not looking over here. You know what I mean? Because the camera is right here, but the screen is right here. So if I look over here at the screen and not the camera, it's just a habit that you have to build as a creator. When you got your camera with the screen, you don't look at the screen. You got to look at the camera. But there's lots of times if I'm walking around, I don't look at the camera anyways, and that's fine too, I think. It just makes for a more real video. But Gerald, don't be shy in the comments, because I really do try my best to answer as many comments as I can. One of the reasons why I do is to build a relationship with all you viewers, one, but also every time I reply to one of your comments, it adds a comment. So the YouTube algorithm wants to see over 500 comments. I don't think I have any videos that have over 500 comments. So I'm always trying to get more comments. Sometimes I'll ask you guys questions so that it gets you guys to comment, or I ask you, what do you guys think I should do? So that it gets you guys to comment, and then I can, reply to those comments. And I keep trying to get YouTube to showcase my videos to the world, right? Because that's how you grow a channel, I think. Somebody said something about my Canadian accent. I guess for other people around the world, it's like I do have an accent. For us Canadians, I don't have an accent. I speak Canadian. Peggy Bryant says, can I double or triple comment? Lots of people do that, Peggy. Dr. Karen's, I missed her name. Dr. Karen Sabold says, I just joined the live stream. Any update on Maggie? So I'm still here for 2 more minutes, Dr. Karen. And yes, there is an update on Maggie. I got her this morning. So it's a relief. Glenn says, hey guys, comment the crap out of his next videos. You're going to comment so much that I can't answer them all. But I try my best to answer as many as I can. But there's also time restraints. Somebody is asking me, how far do I live from the farm? If I don't get stuck by the train, it's 17 minutes. There are occasions that I'm driving and then I get stuck by the train and it takes like an extra 5 minutes. Sin Shady. Love your farming content so much. Cool Vader helmet. Oh, the Vader helmet. Yeah, I like Star Wars. I'm a Gen Xer, so I grew up with the Star Wars and the Indiana Jones, and that kind of 1980s was when I really started to get interested in cinema and movies and stuff like that. So I like little knickknacks around. I got G.I. Joe stuff. You see, I got over here Snake Eyes somewhere, and then I got the marshmallow Stay Puff guy from Ghostbusters, because I love movies. Love movies. But thanks, Sin Shady. I guess that's a play on words, like Slim Shady. Anyways, that's funny. Gold over Silver says, Chad, I said when you say about, it sounds so Canadian, like a boot. LOL. Yeah, a lot of Americans think we say about funny, about. No doubt about it. That's funny, anyways. American accents are kind of funny too, from the perspective of our, Canadian accent. There's several different accents within the United States as well. It's interesting. Have you guys ever heard the Newfoundland accent, which is way out on the east coast of Canada? That's a funny accent. Those Newfoundland people are really, really good people. I've known a couple in my life. Augusta Vaughn says, my cat injured her ears from scratching, mostly the edge. Although the vet gave from ointment. Well, maybe I got to get her ointment or something. Louisa says, my two cats and I binge watch your channel sometimes while I'm working. The cats love it. So people send me Instagram messages with their dogs and cats sitting there watching me on the TV, or watching my cats or the animals or me doing the farm or whatever. So there's lots of people's pets, like cats and dogs, that like watching the Hidden Spring Farm as well, because people send me the clips. Linda Batker says, I bet Maggie sleeps for a day. So I did get some footage of her sleeping. She was sound asleep. So I started to be quiet. K-Man says, my faves are the cats and the ducks. Frankie's growing on me. Yeah, Frankie, he's a stinker, He acts so big and tough inside his house, but outside the house, it's like he wants pets. Oh, I just passed my time. It's 2 hours and 2 minutes. See, I'm talking too much. Sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't miss any thanks today. Gerald, 1995. Is this still Gen X? I refuse to be millennial. I'm pretty sure that's millennial, bud. Yeah, 1995? Oh, man. I was married in 1995. So that makes you like 31 years old, because I've been married 31 years now. Anyways, I got to end it here because I'm going to keep going and we'll be here all night. I got to start editing my Monday video, and I got to get Olive her dinner. So thank you for everybody for all your tips. First of all, thanks for everybody for joining us. There's still 328 people in here, even though I'm trying to say goodbye. Benny Blaze says, our two cats love watching as well. I bet. So again, guys, thanks for watching. And of course, it's going to be anybody who missed the live stream. It does translate the live stream into a video on the channel. So you're always free to go back. And some people put comments in there too. And I always try to answer the best I can. But hopefully everybody has a good night. Don't forget, Maggie is back in the cat house. That's 1. 2, there's a bonus video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, okay? Thanks for watching. I'm going to end the stream now. Wait, end the stream now.